Here's the book of Enoch. This video is going to be about legalism. Alright. Um, book of Enoch was considered as scripture and epistle of Barnabas and by many early church fathers such as Athen Athenagorius, Clement of Alexander, Irenaeus, Tertullian, right? Who wrote 200 that the book of Enoch had been rejected by the Jews because it contained prophecy pertaining to Christ. No, I don't agree with that statement. They said another book of Enoch was, they said Enoch himself was the prophet, or he was the Messiah. But that's in the second book of Enoch or whatever. Second, third book of Enoch. So, this video is going to be about legalism and what is it? Excessive adherence to law or formula, dependence on moral law rather than personal religious faith. Legalism is government, our laws, right? Legal laws, right? Governmental laws are those laws that are enacted and enforced by the federal government. The federal government of the United States consists of three branches: the executive branch. Okay, right. So law and legalism are both, they are like one and the same, right? Now, if they knew about, they already had this book of Enoch way back when, right? Church fathers knew about it, and they rejected the book of Enoch. They took it out. They said they don't want nothing to do with it. Now, if you go back, and you have to ask yourself questions like why, you know, and then you go back and you go looking about, you know, what do these angels teach people? Because this all has something to do with legalism and following the laws and whatever. I guess they would say it was too strict or whatever. And at the same time, all of it involves money. And they wanted to keep knowledge probably to themselves, personal knowledge to themselves, right? Amorosa. Look at all this stuff they taught people, right? Look at the stuff that the fallen angels taught people. People make plenty of money off this stuff, right? Plenty of money off this stuff that they teach. Off the stuff that back then, if they would have abided by the book of Enoch, they would have called it, it would be forbidden. You know what I'm saying? Or they would say that it goes against the law. They would have kept the book, right? And now if you look at it, people teach, the fallen angels taught astrology. They taught transmission of the text. People get money these days for doing this type of stuff. Taught human science of the clouds, meteorology, and all this stuff. Yeah, there's science is based on this stuff, right? Now my whole point is, they taught them stuff, these angels taught them stuff that people get paid to do today in these days and time, but that don't mean that the stuff they're teaching is true, right? It don't mean that it's real. These are all constructed stuff. This is all concoctions, right? Alright, so the angel could have been teaching them lies and deception, or just teaching them stuff that um, will lead to them further harming themselves later on, or cause some type of harm later to people. That's that. So let's look at let's see. Like I said, this angel taught the bitter from the sweet. So this goes back into alchemy and concoctions, making things, food chemistry, stuff like that, right? Because bitter from sweet, um, if you look at just like natural plants and fruits and vegetables or whatever, I mean, you got taste buds. You know what I'm saying? You already have taste buds. When you bite into something, you already know how you know how it tastes, or you might not know, like in certain berries or something, if it'll kill you or not. You know what I'm saying? So if it's that type of stuff, like, hey, this is poisonous, this is not good for you, then I understand that. But if you look into stuff like what's going on today with modern science and alchemy, food chemistry and stuff like that, then I don't see that as being good, because I think that's not food. These are concoctions that we are creating today. You know what I'm saying? But um, let's see something else. Um, looking at stuff in the sky and stuff like that, that'll lead you to going around in circles. You know, like if you see there's a circular rotation of the sky, whatever, what that got to do with anything else. You know, that I mean, that'll have you going in circles in your mind and in your routine. You will brainwash yourself, really, right? Going around in circles with that. Um, let's see, ink and paper. It could be helpful in a way. If we wouldn't have half the stuff we have today if it wasn't for people writing down certain things. But at the same time, that same knowledge is why men kill other men and kill people. Nations war against nations over this ink and paper, over knowledge that other people have, right? If they don't want to share their knowledge or share this and share that, people wage wars over religions made with ink and paper, you know, over what they believe in. So these things eventually turn bad. I mean, they themselves are not bad, but the way man thinks, it turns bad. Knives, swords, and shields. We use knives now to cut up foods and vegetables and all this other stuff. But like I said before in another video, swords are made for killing, shields made for war. You know what? Um, People find excuses today for certain things. That's what I learned. This is what I'm noticing. People can look back and justify anything. They can come back and find an excuse for things. But cosmetics, I don't really get into what people do with their personal selves and stuff like that. But at the same time, if you look at it from a different angle, cosmetic, what does it do? It's a cause and effect relationship. It entices people. It activates certain senses within people. It causes lust to happen. You get it? So ornaments and stuff like that. People, I don't get jealous over these things. Ornaments and lust and all this stuff happens because of it. So um, a lot of this stuff leads people astray. And it does. Like I said, it said in the book that it calls people to go astray, and that's what it does. Um, but and how did this relate to legalism? Now, people knew about this book of Enoch, and they have it today, and they know about it now. But they won't entertain it because they say it's restrictive, it's too restrictive. If we look into that, then we won't have nothing that we have today. Pretty much everything we do today is wrong if you look at the book of Enoch. But they'll push governmental laws on you, but these are the same people who believe in Bibles and books and everything, but at the same time, they won't go back and look into other books connected to their religion, but they'll tell you by these laws. I mean, it's. I believe that laws are needed. You know, laws are needed, but there is a point to where they become restrictive. Yes, it does become very restrictive. But then you have stuff like you gotta ask yourself: has the world got better or worse based on the knowledge of man and how he uses these knowledges of these fallen ones? Has it got better or worse? Metal making, cosmetics, astrology, the cloud, all this stuff that we do, has the world got better or worse? It was already bad back then, and they know these things, right? But it's funny that people who preach these books, right, won't even go into the other books that has a direct reflect on the way the world is today. They won't even entertain it. And I don't understand it. Christ came upon the scene, and we're not under law, we're under grace. That's what they say. This is why I say he is the man of sin, he is the lawless one. That Jesus the Christ. Why? Because he did away with the law. Now I don't agree with everything in the so-called Jewish law, because some of it would be extreme in today's standard. But I don't believe it got better when this so-called Christ came on the scene. I don't. Things became more lawless. And I want to say that I don't make these videos just to condemn all religions or any kind of religion or whatever. Because there's a lot of people might condemn it, but they won't offer no solution. But me in my spare time, that's what I do. I try to come up with solutions. But right now, I'm limited in what I can and can't do. But legalism. There are laws, or by man learning certain type of knowledge, he condemned himself really, and led others astray with the knowledge. So that's all for this video.